Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim. This is Tyler. And it is Friday. Finally. I know. I'm super excited about this. Been waiting for this weekend since Monday. I know. Lame. It was a really good one, right? I've been working on that all week. Anyway. Don't patronize me. Anyway, hope everyone's had a great week so far. We got quite the show for you today. I'm scared.
All right. So this is so I guess we're going to be talking about if you haven't heard about it, there's the sexy camp for kids that's kind of being pushed and being exposed for the creepy whatever they are is. And then we're going to talk about celebrities. Oh, I wish we could go back to the Roman times when celebrities were seen in line with prostitutes and their opinions literally did not, like, it's not like their opinions matter, but they act like their opinion matters. So we'll talk about that a little bit.
That is true. They do act like what they, I mean, I guess because they're so influential to everybody, right? Like everybody looks up to them, all these kids look up to them, so they gotta say stuff, you know?
It's narcissism. 100% narcissism.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, no one's paying attention to me.
Remember me? I haven't been in movies in forever, but I'm still here. Yeah. I'm rooting for you.
How's it go? Something like that.
Oh my God. That was scary.
Okay, and then the bill that has everyone up in arms in Florida, the Don't Say Gay bill. We're going to look at that. The response from the so-called Democrats, the party of the people and the people party and the party of the penis party, or chop off the penis party. You know, them.
That sounds like a party.
We're actually going to take a look at that actual bill. And does it actually say yay? So before we get into all this and whatever other stupid shit we decide to talk about, of course, we're on YouTube, we're on Rumble, on Spotify. And I don't know, we're on Twitter, Facebook, we're all over the place. So of course, share it with your friends and family. If you're on Spotify, hit that review button. Give us a good $5. If you're on Rumble, smash that Rumble button. Like we're going to be, like these chicks smash children's lives.
Okay, good. I'm like, please don't go somewhere bad because I'm going to, no.
Okay, so. Oh boy. What is this world coming to?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out myself.
For the longest time, when the gays were fighting for their rights and all that crap,
the party.
They just wanted to. They just wanted the right to marry. Totally cool with that.
And to be accepted.
Now,
the right to be accepted and to marry. 100%.
Yeah. Which it seems like all this, when people are saying, hey, maybe telling our kids, like maybe not like kindergartners, maybe we shouldn't be talking to them about sex and grooming them. It's weird. It's weird how pervasive this has gotten and the extent to which people are willing to push it. Because it has gone far beyond, for trans people or alphabet soup people to be seen as people. It's very different when you start pushing it on 5-year-olds. So we're going to look into some of those people today. All right, let's introduce our first creep.
Oh God.
All right, so Tanya Turner, this brave, bodacious bitch. listen to her description, is a femme, fat, queer, magical pleasure worker, educator, and artist. She was raised in rural Kentucky by a host of witchy women alongside sisters and cousins. I have a strong suspicion if she's raised by sisters and cousins, no diving in that gene pool. None.
Inbreeders.
Inbreeders.
Yeah. A coven-like mountain matriarchy, if you will, on Stony Fork. Her craft tools are candles, crystals, oils, plants, music, sex toys, tarot, the moon. She controls the fucking moon. I thought that was America. I thought America owned the moon.
I don't know. Maybe she's a Cancer. I know, like, with Western astrology, the moon is associated with the Cancer sign, which is me. So if anyone owns the moon, I own the moon. Back off, bitch.
All right. Well, and instincts of a triple water sign: Cancer sun, Scorpio moon, and rising. Whatever all that stupid bullshit means. So this person that believes in astrology and thinks that candles are spells for incantations and all this shit is going to, I don't know, sexually liberate. I don't get it. Okay, let's just continue.
She's given us witches a bad name. I'm just gonna say.
In 2012, Tanya started the Appalachian Sex Ed collective called Sexy Sex Ed, and co-founded the party podcast known as Trillbillies in 2017. With over a decade of rural organizing practicing towards healing, also incest, also fucking your brother. That's not what it says. That's not what it says.
I'm like, does it seriously say that? Oh my God. They call that one.
Toward healing, abolition, and liberation. She fantasizes about pork chops. Sorry, I misread that. She fantasizes about a whole other world made of pork chops. Tanya lives high on a Kentucky mountaintop with lots of plants and a steamy hot tub and several furry familiars. We're not playing D&D. You can join her at I Fuck My Coven in the Mountains on Patreon. That's also not what it says, but I'm going to share in your Patreon because it's an embarrassment. Oh, that was perfect timing. Holy shit.
What was?
When the music stopped.
Oh.
All right. Oh, that is molesting adult number 1. Weird. She doesn't say her age.
I don't know. She looks pretty close to my age. I don't know, looking at her side, but you don't think so? I think she looks old.
No.
How old do you think she is?
I'd say she's probably early, mid-20s.
Really? Well, I mean, she sounds dumb enough to be in early, mid-20s. I mean, that wasn't very nice. Truth, but not very nice. She doesn't look that young.
All right. For number 2 of creepy sex ed educator.
Can't wait. That lipstick, though. Yeah. Oh, my God. Right? And those bangs. Oh, my.
Doesn't she... She looks like what Vosh would look like if he cut his dick off. I know you don't know who Vosh is, but if anyone knows Vosh... I'm getting strong. This is like Vosh's sister kind of vibe.
This is like, I don't know, someone that I would have went to high school with that was trying really hard to be goth, but didn't know how.
Yeah, like at least, I'll say at least Tanya's like trying to look nice. This one, just stick the fucking bowl on and let's get this over and done with. I got kids to groom. Come on. These kids ain't gonna molest themselves. Let's come on, chop.
Ugh.
All right. Caitlin Cummings is a 23.
Cummings.
Oh, that was it. That's what you had to interrupt for. That riveting fucking input.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Is a 23-year-old radical queer mountain woman. Oh, that grew up in the hollers of Jocko, Kentucky. She grew up always hearing that the injustices of the world, or about the injustices of the world, and wanting to do things to help. You believe this motherfucker came down from a mountain thinking she's going to save the world? She is currently working on a degree in human services. You mean like trafficking, right? That's what human services are, right?
It sounds about right. Do you think maybe she's the girlfriend of that one liberal psycho that was apparently a he screaming during that one debate thing we were watching? Or when that...
Like Trigglypuff?
Shit. Was that a couple podcasts ago with that guy? Shit. He was doing some presentation in front of a bunch of leftists and they were all like freaking out. She was like howling in the corner and she was wearing like a crop top.
Oh, no. Oh, that thing. No,
yeah,
definitely
they'd make a good
not.
couple though.
No, we need less of that. If anything, they should find a bathtub and try to swim and try and grab the plunger from the bottom with their teeth. That's what they should try.
Bobbing for...
Yeah, anyways, okay. So where she plans to expand her sex ed work to help people understand that with proper sex ed and body love, you can heal in a lot of different ways, as she has herself. I don't know if there's a lot of healing going on, but okay.
That's all I can envision is some like, oh, this is so bad. But it's all I can envision is some like young person. I'm like, oh, I'm so sad and I'm so hurt and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, don't worry, I'll heal you. Take your top off.
Here, I got a dildo. Little girl. That's not me saying that. That's them. That's them. That's not me. That's not me. Please, I don't want to get on the wall. They're getting on the wall, not me. I'm not partaking in that.
Jokes, people, jokes. They're being serious. Not us.
I'm not a politician, okay? I don't have that kind of clout. I don't have those kind of connections. If I molest a kid, I'm going to prison. Once I have political clout, then you bet your ass.
Epstein's Island, here you come.
Going on. Yeah. Epstein. The things we will never talk about on that island. All right, so she worked with All Access Iki. I assume that's Eastern Kentucky. Through Apple Shop, making media to raise awareness about reproductive health care issues in Appalachia. Well, yeah, dads, stop doing it. Just because they're your daughter doesn't mean they're your date.
Inbreeder.
Inbreeders.
Caitlin has volunteered with different organizations through her college life, including WMMT's Girls Rock Camp in Whitesburg, Kentucky, which is a camp made to empower girls, gender non-conforming. So a camp made to empower girls. Girls normally means people that are like 13 and younger. That's normally when I would consider someone a girl. Actually, I would probably say anything 18 and younger, I would say is a girl.
Yeah.
Anything above that is a woman. Oh, and trans youth. Ah, here we go. See, with trans youth with music, self-expression, self-love, as well as the cottage.
Oh, what kind of cottage?
Abuse. Well, apparently it's a child abuse advocacy center that handles cases of child abuse, which I'm sure she was abused. In ages 1, I don't know what she does. I know the other one's a Wiccan, but I don't know. I don't know what this. I think this one. It's weird. She has a necklace of a yin and a yang, for the good and the bad, the balancing of power. So we need to be the white in her darkness. But no, I take that back. God, I don't want to be in her darkness. Probably yeasty.
Ew. Why? Why would you say that?
She's also volunteered with a new opportunity school for women, which is a program out of Brea, Kentucky, that helps women in Appalachia with educational, financial, and personal circumstances in their life. Like, is it financial education? Because I could almost bet your ass she does not know how to balance a budget. I guarantee it. That's why they have to get the kids young. And personal circumstances in their life. Caitlin loves her plants, social justice, and good food. You could just say any food. I know I'm not the Adonis god. In fact, we were called a whale, so
Dory. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I thought it was funny.
We were called whales by a useless or used dildo. That's neat. I like how you were saying that too, and you have a fucking hamburger on your shirt too. We were called whales. Look at my burger.
All right, let's get to Laura Helene.
Oh, hopefully she's got better lips.
I don't know why she got Guile's theme song, but it just felt like it. Okay.
It might just be the picture, or maybe it's not. I don't know. She looks, no offense.
Downed?
No, she looks like a little person. Like, no offense to little people.
Yeah.
Just the way that the picture is, maybe it's the way that the picture is taken, the angle of it. She just looks really, really tiny.
She's like a hobbit.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Watch, she's like 5'10".
That's and she's not even wearing a bra.
Well, of course not. I'm sure she's some sort of social justice feminist. Why on earth would you wear a bra that was designed by a man? Ugh. To perk them titties up.
Oh man! All right, so sorry.
I see her nips. I can see her nips.
You can see both of them. They're so low.
Yeah, they really are. It's really hot.
I think the only thing that actually holds her tits up is her fucking waistband.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. Oh, it looks like she's got a fanny pack. Oh, dear God. Okay. So we got girl with blue lips and a yin and yang, which is totally like 90s style. And now we got a fanny pack. All right. 90s are back. Got it. Carry on.
All right. So Laura Helene is an 18-year-old musician, songwriter, and activist based in Mount Sterling, Kentucky. What?
They're like all from fucking Kentucky.
Yeah, they're all, half-breed fucking incest. So growing up in the Appalachian foothills, Laura's life and work have been greatly impacted by the magnificence of the mountains. You mean like her mountainous tits? I'll be the first one to say, I love them. I like them big.
Yeah, he does.
But I don't like them at your knees.
I don't want to be able to tie them in a knot. I want them to be perky enough for you to stand behind me while I lie back in a chair and rest my head in them.
Yeah, like Squid Game.
Exactly.
Oh my God! If there was a chick that just said, Tyler, just rest your head here a minute.
Well, when we make millions, you know what? I'll rent a girl for a couple hours just for you to do that.
That's called prostitution. All right, so their songs and activism. activism reflect both the beauty and struggles of living in eastern Kentucky, while weaving in the story of her own wild and wonderful life. Laura places great value and focus on the rich musical heritage of her home, especially in regards to banjo, dance calling, and protest songs.
God, they make their own songs now? I wonder what that would sound like.
I fuck my sister, yes I do.
You don't like it?
The hills
I
have
fuck you.
eyes, now so do you. As a young non-binary queer in Appalachia, Laura strives to use their songs, voice, and life to fight for human rights and systemic change in the region through music, community organizing, and nonprofit work. Laura founded their school's first gender sexuality alliance, Open Light. That's where you spread your legs like Jack Murphy. Which now has over 45 members. Probably most of them are her family. They are proud alumni and intern of Girls Rock Whitesburg and a member of the Family Folk Week. Oh, there's so much incest vibes in these. It's amazing. Maybe that's all right. So okay, so let's, where the hell am I? They are proud alumni, blah, 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 right, fucking cousin. Laura is a sex educator with Sexy Sex Ed and spends time co-facilitating sex education workshops for fellow Appalachian youth. So I will say, all of this actually doesn't sound that, well, aside from the social justice and non-binary fucking fat femme or whatever the fuck she called herself, queer, but okay. Outside of that, reproductive health, having to, maybe trying to have that conversation that maybe parents don't want to have. Okay, I can understand that. But it's really unusual, the concentration. We'll get into the grooming of children that they do. Kirsten Uten. She your sister? I'm going to ask you right now. She your sister?
I was a little insulted. Then I saw her. I can see it. I can
turn your head to the side.
Hold on, I would have to do like a. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's creepy. Yeah. She's my doppelganger.
Are you from the Appalachian mountain range, Kim?
I'm not. I'm not. She's got some pretty sexual looking lips. I like it. I like when she does her makeup.
I will say, like she's pretty. Yeah, she's probably a bit of a heifer, but she looks like she tries to put herself together to look nice.
A bit of a heifer. She's my whale sister.
Yeah.
We speak whale together.
All right, but so Kirsten is a young, fat, no shit, differently abled. Listen to all these platitudes. Listen to the diversity, the struggles. Not that she was she was sex trafficked. She, anything. No, I'm a young fat. Kim, I'm a mid-old fat. I'm differently abled because stairs are a son of a bitch to get up.
Right? It reminds me, I don't know, that the differently abled, something about that comment reminds me of this video I watched on Twitter the other day with some girl. She was just like, I wake up, I'm triggered. I go to the bathroom, I'm triggered. I get dressed, I'm triggered. I go outside, I'm triggered. Like, that's what it reminds me of. Differently abled.
You know what you should do to solve that problem?
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Don't do that. I'm just kidding. Jokes.
Yeah, grab a toe trigger and then just end it. Stop doing these half measures.
Or my suggestion to her was go seek some counseling or get on some fucking meds. Like, because really, I wake up, I'm triggered. Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Well, then go to sleep. All right, okay, so let's talk about this fat, abled, whatever. She's a queer community organizer and college student from Southern West Virginia. She works as a Vista.
Hey, what is that?
My understanding of a Vista is like a mountainous range. So does she double as like the Appalachian Mountains? Is that how big she is?
Maybe her titties do.
You can't even see it.
I'm assuming.
It was a joke, Kim. It was a joke. Ha 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 ha. Vista. A vista is a view. It's a view. In Charleston and works with kids. See? Now we're getting into the shit. She's always dreamt of a space where fat folks are appreciated, normalized, and safe. So she created it. She wanted to create a world where fat people are accepted, where it is, again, I am not the picture of sexy, but even I understand that being fat isn't fucking healthy. It's not. There are actually some. Okay, so let's just continue. Kirsten led. Kirsten led West Virginia's first body positivity party in 2019, and that has led her into a world of fighting for inclusivity for people like her. People that are fat are not being denied the world. In fact, you push your way into the world. You take up more of the world.
You're welcome.
God damn it. She has also worked with Planned Parenthood to secure period products for students across southern West Virginia. Although Kirsten has taken a step back in the last 6 months to focus on her health, you think maybe type 2 diabetes? She's back and better than ever. You mean bigger than ever. She uses the same techniques from the Sexy Sex Ed platform in her daily job. What, grooming children? And is very passionate about sexuality education. But you just talked about working with children. Kirsten loves all things plant and body love. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. A lot. But we have too much other shit to get into. Okay, so if you scroll down, we can see this is from 2021. Their workshops and some descriptions. So, sex with me, self-pleasuring workshop. Participants will explore personal views on self-pleasure, as well as learn techniques to make the most out of their masturbation experience. This workshop will include discussion, games, and some hand-on practice on hands. Okay? So if this was for adults, I would have no problem with this. If you're an adult and you know, maybe you grew up in a household where they say, if you touch yourself, you're going to hell. Satan's going to fucking burn you, bitch.
Those are all the Catholics. Thank you.
That I would totally understand. All right, let's continue. Reproductive health, the basics and beyond. Join All Access EKI, Eastern Kentucky, for this reproductive health workshop designed for people of all ages and knowledge levels. So if you're a novice and you don't know how to fuck yourself, we'll turn you into a self-fucking pro. During this session, facilitators will review some of the basics and beyond of human sexuality, including anatomy and physiology, sexual pleasure, and gender identity. Okay, so again, if this was adults, totally, I don't fucking care. But gender identity, when you start including children, we're having problems now. We're having big fucking problems now. Facilitators will discuss the steps to conception, as well as explore disparities in pregnancy rates. Participants will leave informed and excited to share what they've learned with others. Gender identity. Okay. Oh, gender diversity. Participants will learn about sex assigned at birth, biological sex, and gender identity, and how and why they might be different from what we learned in school. Oh, you mean unscientific? Is that like that's what you're just making shit up?
Fuck the
Is that what we're
science.
doing?
Yeah, fuck the science.
They will examine gender labels and how they are used, how what we say can harm or uplift others, and how to be compassionate and encourage others to be the same. See,
That part isn't bad.
I'm actually a very compassionate, and I actually the empathy thing. I really do try to come from a place of empathy, like someone that they do not understand something. I genuinely try to, but the more and more that I learn about this stuff, the less and less empathetic I am. Okay, talk it out relationships. This workshop will focus on friendships and romantic relationships, and can be applied to family relationships as well. Well, I think they're pretty much experts in that. Have you seen them? Have you?
Where's the Pauly Shore again? Inbreeder.
Participants work together to define intimacy and examine behaviors they find important in friendships and romantic relationships. They identify healthy and unhealthy relationship characteristics and learn about ways to nurture healthy relationships behaviors and address unhealthy ones. Again, adults, that sounds great. That sounds great, because I'm sure there's a lot of people. I'm looking at one that was in relationships that were absolutely destructive and toxic. We've all been in relationships where we said, holy fuck, I made it out of there alive.
A little less sane, but...
All right, this one I found weird. Over-sexualization and policing of blackness. No description there. Just, fuck the blacks. Fuck them.
Well, not even just that. It's just like, I think it speaks for itself. Like, what kind of...
Over-sexualization and policing of black... How is that... Like, is there, like, some hyper-sexualization of black people?
I don't know. Maybe it's just like, they were like, okay, over-sexualization, but then we're also going to throw in about the police and black people. Yeah, let's just throw it in there. Because we got to be all inclusive.
Okay. So we're no longer talking about, educating, men or women. I would assume it's mainly focused on women, because if they are what I think they are, they're third wave feminists and they hate men and they think men are all pieces of shit and men need to die.
I can definitely see that from Blue Lips, 100%.
That's the vibe I'm getting, especially the chick that, the tits down to her fucking belly button. Just a thought.
I don't know. My doppelganger definitely looks like she'd be into men, though.
Except she's queer. I don't even know what queer, because queer used to just mean...
Queer was another word for
unusual.
Gay. Well,
it was just unusual. Oh, God. Merriam-Webster, why you done fucked it up? Why? Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
You quite all right?
Definition of queer. 1A, 1B, 2, 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, 2E. 3, 3A, 3B, queer. A, B, queer. 1A, B, 2A, B. This word has more definitions than I think of any word I've ever seen in my life, but I thought it just meant something odd or unusual.
Well, I know that they used to use it as slang for gay back in the day, but queer did normally mean unusual. Yeah. So But apparently it means a bajillion things now.
All right, so sexy trans sex ed for
Oh my God.
trans folks on language affirmation, as well as creating spaces for gender exploration. I'm sorry, there's two. There's two. I'm sorry. I hate to be the guy. I hate to be that guy. But I think the science is pretty well settled. I don't know. And to be fair, it's not like I'm saying trans people don't exist, but I mean like people that actually have like gender dysphoria.
Yeah,
That
no, I understand.
like that kind of thing. Not the pansexual, not the heteronormative and gender fluid, blah blah blah. We're up to 288 genders now. We just
Are
keep
you
throwing shit
kidding
in
me?
because people just keep making shit up. People keep getting offended. Well, now I'm bag sexual.
Oh my
I'm bottle sexual. I'm vape sexual. Hey, look, I have a can opener for some fucking. I'm a can sexual.
Are you serious? There's that many now? That is so disgusting. And
In
this
fact,
is beyond ridiculous already. Like how they would expect people to be accepting and inclusive and stuff like that when you can't even remember all of it. Like it's hard enough for people to remember 26 letters in an alphabet, let alone 283 genders. Like you can't even remember that. That's absurd.
well, and I think the big thing is, so when like, and as I said on the outset, lesbian, gay, gay people, they just wanted the same rights. That was it. And they said, you know what? That's our fight. We're done. We got, we are seen as equals in the world now. Great. I have no problem with that whatsoever because they weren't pushing for you to affirm me. Because you don't affirm me, you are evil, you hate me, you don't want me to exist, blah, blah, blah. It's weird that you are looking for confirmation or an affirmation from an outside source. That sounds very narcissistic.
You know
That
what?
sounds very authoritative. Not authoritative as like you are the authority on something. It sounds very authoritarian. That
Yeah.
you need to comply to my fucked up world because I said so. And if you don't, you're a bigot, you're a racist, homophobe, fucking queer faggot. Or whatever they're gonna call you. You're a racist, you're xenophobic, oh, you hate people, you don't like. No, you know
Insert
what?
name here.
I did like you until you opened your face, and now I don't like you.
You know what I wonder? I wonder if, like when I was growing up, I had and still
And
have.
out. Ah!
What?
I said, and out.
What did I say that you said end out with?
And you were growing up.
Oh,
And I said, and
you
out.
fucking asshole. Well, I guess because I kept talking and you froze a little bit there. So anyway, yeah, good one.
Oh.
Thanks. Oh. Just kidding.
Ooh.
Anyway, when I when I was growing up, I had and still have gay friends, and I know that it was really hard for them. Like it wasn't an easy journey that they had to go on. Like not only was it difficult with them with their parents, which it's still not as easy or okay, it's not as hard as it was, but it's still not easy depending on the parents that you have to come out to your parents. But they went through a lot of struggles. They went through a lot of people making fun of them. They went through people beating them up just because they were gay, all this like actual homophobicness and stuff like that. They got
Mhm.
harassed constantly at school. They went through a lot to be accepted and to stand up and try to be themselves and be accepted and be
Mhm.
able to have the same rights of being able to marry the person that you love as we do. Now, it makes me wonder like how some of those people who went through all those trials and tribulations and stuff like that would actually look at people today and they're, oh, I want to be this, like they're 200 and something genders and this and that. And they just expect everybody to accept them. And everybody's kind of like bowing down at them and going on their knees. Like it makes me wonder how it makes them feel. Like if they're kind of like, you know what, I had to bust my ass off to get to where I am today. And now you're coming in here and you're like throwing a mockery at it. Like it's almost like you're making fun of it. And you're going like above and beyond to be just absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't know. That's kind of how I feel of it, but.
Mm-hmm. I see, like Dave Rubin, dude's gay as fuck. Like, he's gay. If they're like, he is like Mount Rushmore of gays in the world. He's on it.
Oh yeah.
But he's not he doesn't like preach it. Like someone makes a comment. He's like, oh, how's your wife? He's like, actually, I'm gay. I'm like, oh, okay. Sorry. And then they move on. It's not like, oh my God. Oh my God. How could you have said that? Oh, how about shut the fuck up? How about get in the corner, and when you can fucking grow up, then we'll talk. Until then, you sit in the corner, little baby. That's how it's gonna go. Okay, yeah. Let's continue with this fucking stupid shit.
Can't wait.
All right, so to continue with the sexy trans sex ed, euphoria through sex, topics will include pre-sex discussion, language, body diversity, masturbation, STIs, gender exploration, and affirmation, BDSM, and more. Why BDSM? Why? Why? Why?
Oh, we're teaching kids that now. Well, that's neat.
Yeah. We're teaching young girls, preteen, how to do this. And we're going to get into the even younger than that. Like this is, I am all for information. I'm all for it. All right, whatever. Okay. We still got a bit to go. Self-managed abortion. Self-managed abortion. Using the World Health Organization list of protocols and SAS, Self-Managed Abortion Safe and Supported Info Guide, will provide information about self-managed abortion to reduce self-managed abortion stigma.
What is that? Is this like bringing back the coat hanger and teaching you how to do
baseball bat? Like, I think that is. Yeah, reduce any negative health impact associated with unsafe abortion methods, and to ensure that self-managed abortions are medically and legally as safe as possible. Yeah, so they're just going to get a coat hanger. They're just going to provide more coat hangers. Get a baseball bat. So, all right, there's a lot that I could say on this, but I guess to surmise it, to remove the stigma of self-managed abortion. That statement alone, I think there should be some type of stigma. The thing is, I brought this up before. There is no shame left in the world. If you said, hey, why didn't you just fucking wrap it? Why didn't you have some contraceptive? Why didn't, like, something? But there are abortion parties. There are people that use abortion as a contraceptive.
Yeah, which is true. I mean, the whole party thing that you just mentioned, that is seriously fucked up. I don't know how anybody could have a party in celebrating literally destroying a life. I don't know how that would even possibly be a celebration. Like, I've known people who've had them, and trust me, the thought process after wasn't, yay, let's have a party. They were seriously depressed and sad. Like, it wasn't an easy decision to make. And if making that decision is that easy for you, for you to have a party after, you got some problems. That's not
You
okay.
think I'm joking? There's chicks on on TikTok. There's forums all over the place. I think TikTok is just like a psychological thing for China, to have the North America undermine itself and just destroy itself from the inside out.
Well, did you hear about like I don't know if it's called the algorithm or whatever, about how different it is from our TikTok that we see to what in China they see? Like they actually
Yeah.
see things that are educational and they grow a person. You know what I mean? Like they're really interesting
Yeah, like
scientific
science,
things. And
math.
where
Yeah.
here it's like the dumbest person, like it just shows the stupidity of the world. And it's I think that'd be
Okay,
cool
so
to see the Chinese version of it.
all right, so pelvic floor health is for everybody. Pelvic floor, where is it? Blah 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 blah. I don't give a fuck. The 3 P's: pee, poop, and pleasure. Join Dr. Meredith Brzezinski, a pelvic health physical therapist, to discuss the role that your pelvic floor plays in the P's: pee, poop, and most importantly, pleasure.
How are those
Sex
even the
on
part of the
drugs.
same fucking sentence? Like
Sex on drugs.
Oh my God.
This
Yes.
workshop will explore the nuances of engaging in sexual activity while using licit and illicit drugs. Together, we will explore why people engage in sexual activity while on drugs, the nuances of substance use and consent, and harm reduction strategies around having sex on substances. Okay, so I'll say this flat out. BDSM, you should never. There was the fucking sexy lady that chopped off her dude's boyfriend because she was on meth.
Yeah.
Like
Taylor
they like
other.
choke. Yeah,
Yeah.
such a business. Such a business. Such a business. Like BDSM is a very controlling thing.
You'd be sober as
Like,
fuck for that shit.
yeah, it is a lot about trust and consent. And if that trust is broken, it's done. That's why I don't participate in it, because I hate not being in control. I hate it. I hate not having the mobility. I hate not being able to move. If I can't move, I'm going to start swinging. I'm going to start punching. Someone's going to get hit. Someone's going to get hurt, and it's not going to be me.
That's like a big one for me. Being restrained. I will fucking lose my shit. Yeah, no.
Eugenics in Appalachia. A short history of eugenics in Appalachia and the mountain south, and exploration of how rural people have been targeted for reproductive control by the state, past and present. We'll talk about what eugenics is and isn't, and learn about the legacy of eugenics laws and practices. Weird they worked with Planned Parenthood, which literally was a front for eugenics. It is proven. That is not something hidden. Its sole purpose was to sterilize minorities. There were court cases galore about that. You think I'm making this shit up?
No, I just never heard of it before. So that's what this face is. Are you serious right now? Like it's not a disbelief. Like it's kind of a disbelief, but not a disbelief in what you're saying. Just kind of this is some fucked up shit.
Let's see. Planned Parenthood.
Okay, hold on. So is this part of that camp that they were talking about where people go to? Like these are the things in the camp? What I would like to know is what parent out there is sending your child to something like this?
That's the bigger thing. And we're not done yet. There's still more. And we have proof that this is actually targeting children. So, and just as a quick aside, Margaret Singer, Planned Parenthood was founded by a racist white woman. Okay, so this is from Human Life International. The statement was issued last month to raise concerns about the CEO of Planned Parenthood of Greater New York, Laura McQuaid. In the statement, the employees expressed a litany of grievances against McQuaid, but one of the charges is deeply ironic in light of the efforts Planned Parenthood has been making recently to show its support for Black Lives Matter movement. The employees' oddly forthright admission from Planned Parenthood's racist history comes in the context of their complaints about an alleged lack of racial equity within the organization. Okay, relax. After pointing out Sanger was racist, the statement adds that this is a part of history that cannot be changed while efforts have been made. Okay, well, this just sounds like a bunch of leftist bullshit. In light of the enormous amount of energy Planned Parenthood and its shills in the mainstream media have put over the years into discrediting claims of, oh God, segregate them on farms and open spaces. The first step would be to control the intake and output on morons, mental defectives, epileptics. To examine Sanger's writings is to take a trip on a horrific world of dehumanizing rhetoric and even more dehumanizing practical programs. For Sanger, the world was divided into fit and the unfit, those who she deemed worthy of being allowed to reproduce, so as to increase the quality of the human race, and those who should be forcibly prevented from reproducing through compulsory sterilization and segregation. The second step would be to take an inventory of the second group, such as illiterates, paupers, unemployables, criminals, prostitutes, dope fiends, classify them in special departments under government medical protection, and segregate them on farms and open spaces. She also urged apply a stern and rigid policy of sterilization and segregation to the grade of population whose progeny is already tainted or whose inheritance is such that objectionable traits may be transmitted to offspring. Eugenics. In the end, yada, 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 yada. So I would encourage you, take a look into it. And like I said, this is a very left-leaning, but you know what? The leftists aren't wrong all the time, just most of the time. Okay, so where were we? Contraceptive methods. Join all access, blah, blah, blah. For the contraceptive methods workshop designed for people of all ages and knowledge levels. During this interactive workshop, facilitators will review the methods of contraception. Participants will also learn proper condom use and explore negotiating condom use. Negotiating condom use. So Kim, you better wrap it before you tap it. You know? By the end of the session, participants will have a deeper understanding of the many contraceptive methods available to them and be able to discuss those options with others. Navigating, okay, so we could keep going. Navigating sex, pleasure, and liberation as a differently abled person. Differently abled, you mean like when you're too fat? Oh, in this workshop, I will give information, tips, advice, etc. to folks who are differently abled, aka fat, like myself. That's in there. I'm not talking about me. It's in the text. And on the road to sex liberation, discovering their bodies, being a sex worker or hiring sex workers. I will say that again. And I am someone that I am a big proponent. I am fully in support of prostitution. I think prostitution should be legal. 100%. I think it should be a regulated industry. I think it would actually stop a lot of human trafficking. I think it would stop a lot of women from being in this industry against their will. I think it should be regulated. And I'm not a big government guy. I hate government. I don't trust government. But at some point,
good old brothel wouldn't hurt anybody. You got your madam who takes care of all her bitches and makes sure that they're safe and watches to make sure that the men are good. And I don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever. Then everybody's protected.
All right, controversial thought. You want a controversial thought? I think Margaret Sanger, degenerates. Margaret, I got some degenerates for you, and I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about the mongoloid retards or mongoloid idiot morons or they're. But I'm saying, so they're encouraging. And again, I'm a big proponent of all drugs should be legal. I don't think any drug should be illegal. Regulated, yes. Illegal, no. But preparing you to be a sex worker, again, this is targeting, as I said, all ages. Cycle tracking, to blah, 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 talk about fucking whatever your pussy. All right, so here we have a bit of a
closing
breakdown.
ceremony is. Do you think it's like who can get to the
Mutual masturbation
O first? Yes, see? That's what I'm saying. Circle flicking, you know?
All right, so again, this is supposed to be a thing focused on women health, reproductive health and all this shit and how to be a fucking fat queer. Their words, not mine. Not mine. Or if
I
you want to be a
how to
hobbit,
do that. Suck it.
if you want to be a hobbit or if you want to be a
90s
some
golf?
things from Chucky. But, okay, so their response to COVID-19, and one part that I want to point out in particular. We're in the throes of a deep recession, a deadly pandemic, and now community uprisings for Black lives and liberation for us all. But these are unprecedented times, but they do not come as a shock to those who've been organizing for a new world for a long time. Oh, we got the New World Order. They're fucking new. I didn't see that before.
Wait, are we still in the same? Right. Are we still in the same thing here?
No, scroll down. COVID-19 response, and then you look. Oh, look, there's a dildo with a vibrator with a bean flicker, a UTI, and Jeff Bezos' rocket ship.
What? Oh, Jesus, right there. Oh my God. Oh,
you used to be able to, there's the old expression, I'll go up into the mountains and I'll be left alone. You can't now.
No,
you
because
can't even do that.
The mountain people are coming down and they're bringing their toys.
I know. Like, why can't you guys just stay up there, inbreed yourselves into like the royal family and just let the rest of the world progress on.
I'm kind of wondering if there's something to that. I mean, look at the Queen. She is old as F. And she just had COVID and she's still alive. I actually thought COVID was going to take her because COVID's so bad and all. But and she's like 100. So crazy.
I heard that she had something that rhymes with ivermectin. Just a rumor I heard.
That's my girl. Yeah. So okay. it's part of inbreeding and the
yes,
other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so when their bloodline is very pure.
Oh, sure is. They live forever.
So I think it was the King Henry. He was such a fucking inbred that they had to mandate actually getting new blood into the family bloodline because they were all so fucking deformed and fucked up. I believe it was King. I can't remember which King Henry it was, but he was so retarded that they had to get a new bloodline in there.
That is so sad.
Okay, all right. So oh yeah, so okay, so I guess we'll play this thing from Tanya Turner. We'll just play a little. Where the fuck did it go now?
Oi, where you be?
So this is just like a 20-second long clip. Sex ed organizer Tanya Turner tells us they've had workshops with teenagers mixed in with people even up to their 30s and 40s. Plus me stories. All
Yes, people,
right,
I
so here,
sneezed.
all right, you ready?
I don't think so. I don't think I'll ever be ready, Miss Tanya. Okay.
All right, so this is from Oven Joy Bread on Twitter, and yeah, all right.
Let's play this shit.
Yeah, so the main workshop that we do right now is 2 to 3 hours long, and we say that it's for all ages and all bodies because we really have had a pretty wide range of people in the room, and it's went pretty well, even to have teenagers mixed in with people in their, even up to their 30s and 40s.
Okay, so you heard it. We say it's for all ages. It's not like she says, hey, teenagers, any teenagers and younger? Nah. This is why Florida had to create a bill to say, don't be gay or whatever.
This is really good because, in this class, you can have the young people and the predators all together.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like speed raping.
I mean, I don't know about y'all out there, but I mean, me
I don't think
personally,
you can say y'all anymore. I don't think that if you say y'all anymore, I might have to call you part of the sexy sex ed brigade.
Please don't. Anyway, but I don't know about you then. But if I were going to go into a class as such listed right here, and I knew that there was going to be teenagers in that class or even younger, oh, hell no. I would not want to be sitting next to some freaking 13-year-old while we're talking about this shit. Like, how uncomfortable would that be?
But how about this? Okay, let's take it to an actual serious place. There have been stories, and I'm not saying everyone does it, but it has happened enough where women are actually being harmed by this, where it is becoming a problem. Where a man says that they are trans, they go into women's spaces, and what happens? Someone gets raped.
Jessica, you need. Sorry, it's clear.
Or that whatever, that Amanda Love or whatever, the dude that literally, yeah.
Princess Love Sophia, I don't even fucking know, but that piece of shit that went, in the prison,
yeah, and said, oh, I'm a woman, while in there, raped a rape victim.
Yeah, fuck.
All in the name of progress, of diversity. Nah, get against the fucking wall. Get against the wall. You've done fucked it up. You fucked it up for everyone. I can't fucking have nice things because there's raping going on. I can't fucking stand it. Too much fucking raping going on.
Right.
Okay, so of course this wonderful, and actually I will say as a caveat emptor, not caveat emptor. That's buyer beware. But as a caveat, this did come from Christopher Rufo, and I was trying to find, because there were videos that they had posted on their YouTube channel. They deleted all of them.
Suspicious.
There was stuff that was hidden. There was a 10-minute long video that I was actually thinking I was wanting to download it. I was actually going to screen cap this 10-minute long video, and I thought, no, they've been brazening it out in the open. They wouldn't delete it. And then as soon as I seen that video pulled, I started screenshotting everything. So obviously the blowback they're getting, or people are saying, this is messed up. Actually, there's one thing that is missing. Okay, maybe go to Christopher Rufo's Twitter. And hopefully, yes, right here. Yeah, the leader of the Sexy Summer Camp recommends that children begin to masturbate as toddlers. Masturbation is really healthy, and I recommend it to people of all ages. All ages. As soon as my nephews could talk, they were doing that.
soon as they can talk. Okay. Can we remember out there, parents, how old your child was when they
All
started to
ages.
talk? Like, just think about that. How old was your kid when they started to talk? Got that number in your head? Yeah. So are we
Yeah,
gonna play this disgustingness?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you already played it.
Nope. All
Yeah.
right.
That's how we should, like get down with yourself, explore your own body. Masturbation is really healthy, and I recommend it to people of all ages. All ages. As soon as my nephews could talk, they were doing that. That's what they were doing. Kids touch themselves. Kids start to ask questions, and we teach them the language for their bodies, right? Touch your nose, show Aunt T, you can touch your nose. But my sister's not saying that when they're tugging at their penis, right? But it feels good, right? We have to learn ways to talk to young people about this so that they know how to explore their body.
You know, she's trying to equate, like, yeah, that's your nose. But parents aren't saying,
hold on. No.
Penis.
It was show Auntie you can touch your nose, but they're not saying that with the other thing. Because what parent in any right mind would be like, show Auntie you can touch your pee-pee? What the hell? These people are fucked. Sorry, forked. Anyway, let's finish this last 10 seconds.
Public, right? We don't want people exploring their bodies in public. That's not consensual. But exploring your body at any age, grandmas, grandpas, all of us need to be exploring our body. That's how we should.
All of us need to be exploring our body. So, okay.
All ages.
So, obviously, we have children. And you know what? If they did this, I would go, no, you don't do that. That's inappropriate. That's kind of it. Not, hey, show me you tugged on your dick. Like,
right? Like who show daddy you can, that I can't even say it because it's just so fucked up. So gross.
Okay, so all right, let's get on to this next one. You know what? And I'll start this right now. Jocko is a great form of inspiration, but he is getting sent to the wall. Sent to the wall. Yeah. I made it a minute into this video and I really tried to listen to it. I cannot stand people that feel that they are in a position of authority to command something where they literally have no power, saying something to someone that literally doesn't give a fuck what you say. To be fair, I'm living proof, but all right, so we'll just play a little bit of this. Of course, everything we have here, what we can will be linked in the description. I don't know for the Sexy Sex Ed whether their website's still going to be available. I really don't know.
I'm not going to lie. Here's hoping not, because this is some forked up shirt. Yeah.
So I would love to hear people's opinions on it. Are we some prudish Christian fucking, losers, or at some point are we supposed to have some type of standards? So I'll say this. So we talked about this yesterday with Jack Murphy, his statement, and him comparing liberalism and hedonism. So with that discussion being had, I have 3 books on the go right now. Downloaded 3 philosophical books, one from Aristotle, existentialism, and I can't remember what the other one is. But I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to educate myself. This sounds like the hedonism, pleasure and pain, no matter what, regardless of consent. As long as there's consent, it's okay. Molesting a child, showing a 5-year-old that this is okay. The child said it's okay, therefore it's okay.
Okay. I'm just going to say something. Now, if I were to accidentally walk in on something of those sorts for my child, I would, inform them, especially if they looked embarrassed, be like, okay, sorry. And, that's completely normal. But I wouldn't be teaching it, nor would I be pushing it either. Because that's just crossing so many lines. That's not even cool. Being accepting and not like, oh, you're going to go to hell and stuff like that, which is, shit that I used to hear. But, it's being accepting and letting them know like this is normal. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not teaching them, nor am I showing them like that. So many lines are being crossed there. So many lines. Like they have taken the whole acceptance of things to a full extreme. Like literally when you can't even call pedophiles anymore, that they're maps. Like the teachers that are out there, oh my God, I can't even.
So the funny thing is, a map is a pedophile that hasn't molested someone yet. Get against the fucking wall. Get against the wall. We can't have that. Yeah. We can't have that. Okay, so let's I would love to hear your everyone's comments on it, because this is, and again, I'm a pretty progressive person, but if there is no line drawn anywhere, well, I guess the age of consent, we might as well do away with that. We might as well go back to, the Muslim tradition of fucking raping and pillaging whatever we want when we found it. Is that, like, this is why people say this isn't the progressive left, this is the regressive left. They're going backwards, repealing civil rights laws, looking at what? Grooming children? We're going backwards.
We're retarding in the literal sense of the word.
Yeah.
All right, let's play this video because his face right now that staring at me for the past couple of minutes it's very distracting.
All right, so we don't have to play the whole thing, but all right, so of course Jocko Willink, badass fucking Navy SEAL. He was a battalion commander. Great guy. He knows his shit, and he doesn't talk bullshit.
All right, let's play.
Okay.
President Putin.
He always looks so mad.
Recently, you ordered your troops into Ukraine, which is a sovereign nation, and this was a mistake. You underestimated the capability and the fighting spirit of the brave Ukrainian people, and that's understandable. My country made that same mistake in Vietnam, in Iraq,
in Afghanistan,
and in Afghanistan.
Oh, shit.
These mistakes led to drawn-out conflicts that depleted our finances, our materials, and cost us much of our most precious resource of all, American blood.
Oh, 100%.
Your country has made that same mistake in the past as well. In Afghanistan.
Okay, so we can stop it there.
And more recently, in Chechnya.
So again, I would encourage you, watch the video for yourself. So he's talking about, invading. Obviously, he's talking about invading Ukraine. Duh. That's what he fucking said from the outset.
I wouldn't have guessed that. Thank you for clarifying.
I don't claim to be an expert. I am not an expert especially in Eastern Europe politics. I don't know the absolute nuances that everyone likes to say. I don't know absolutely everything. But what I do understand is during World War II, maybe I'm getting my world wars mixed up, but World War II, German army came through Ukraine, or what was the Ukraine at the time, came through to try and attack Russia. Ukraine sided with Germany because they were seeking liberation. There were many people died there. In fact, during, I believe it was World War II, Russia lost something like 27 million people during that, either directly or indirectly, from fighting Nazi Germany. 27 million people. That is not including the hundreds of thousands of people that died, civilians, soldiers, that died around the world from this. So to give a little context, the western side of Ukraine, and again, I hate that I have to make this distinction because I think it should be clear that I'm talking about the government. I'm not talking about the people. I'm not a supporter of war. Western Ukraine idolizes. They actually took the Azov battalion that everyone knows about now. They literally have SS insignias. When the Chechens were looking at coming into Ukraine, they were dipping bullets in pig fat.
Why?
Because the Chechens are Muslim.
Oh, that's just mean.
What?
That's like a whole new level. That's like, how can we really fuck with them? I know. That's not, I mean.
Let me make sure. I thought it was Muslim. Maybe they are Jewish. Also known as the Kitsi, the Durzuks, Northeastern Caucasian ethnic group of the Nak peoples, native to North Caucasus, Eastern Europe. They refer to themselves as, I want to see their religion. Are they religion? Religion. Are they typically maybe they're Jewish?
Well, I mean, both of them.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, yeah, I was right. So, of Muslim faith.
Okay. So, to people who are unaware, I guess, what I have been educated with, and you know what, if I'm wrong, definitely leave in the comments below. But I was told by somebody who is Muslim that the reason that they don't eat pig is because in their religion, they see pig meat as like eating human flesh, because they believe that if you are bad in this life, you come back as a pig. So then in turn, the pigs of the earth are actually reborn humans. So again, it's like eating human flesh. So to anybody who's out there, if you're listening and you're Muslim and that is wrong and somebody steered me wrong, please leave in the comment section below. But that is what I was told by somebody who's Muslim. So that's why they don't like pig or don't eat pig.
Okay.
So, I mean, if someone's dipping the bullets in pig, that's just wrong.
And I'll say, you know what? In wars are not pretty. Wars are not fun. I watched them. Actually, Ross Kemp, fantastic war journalist, fan-fucking-tastic. He gets in there. Where bullets are whizzing past. But anyways, check out Ross Kemp. He's on YouTube. Fucking fantastic. He is so good at what he does. So fucking good at what he does. But so we had, Western Ukraine and basically Eastern Ukraine. Well, there were peace agreements that were put in. The Minsk agreements, and now I'm forgetting them. And then I can't remember the other one off the top of my head now. But so there were two peace agreements between Ukraine and Russia were signed. They have been violated by the Ukrainian government, especially after 2014, which some seen it as a coup, some seen it as a liberation. Of course, whatever side you're on. After that is when Zelensky was finally installed, like after this overthrow. Zelensky is seen more as a Western allied person, and that was installed by the West. So their democracy was, well, their democratic elections were rigged. There were bombings in the eastern side of Ukraine, where the people there ethnically are Russian. They speak Russian. They do not want to be a part of Ukraine. They've had referendums for this area to be seen as sovereign. They wanted to separate from Ukraine. And the Ukrainian government said no. Even though, like, Eastern Ukraine had, I think it was like 90 or like 93% of them voted to separate from Ukraine. That is
93, and they still said no.
It was, yeah, the government said no. No, we're not doing, because it was Crimea and the Donbass.
Well, that's kind of dumb.
The Ukraine said no. There's been this has been a civil war for years. The West has been bombing this area. 14,000 people have been killed by Ukrainian bombs.
That's really gross.
So, like I said, these peace agreements have been violated over and over by Ukraine. And I'll say, I'm sure Russia, it doesn't have clean hands in this situation either. Especially with the war going on right now. The first casualty is the truth. Second, civilians. That's always what happens. And you see so much propaganda is being pushed out right now that, it's all over the place. So, like I said, I don't think I'm an expert. Actually, one thing I found funny. So people were noting that on Russian equipment, they had the letters AZOV etched on them.
Okay.
The Azov Battalion. This is the same neo-Nazi group that got absorbed into the Ukrainian government. So it's almost like they're saying when Hitler, when Putin said we are coming to denazify Ukraine, I kind of believe him.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not from either place, and that's the thing is nobody in America, North America, or United States of America are, unless you actually came from the Ukraine and you actually know what's going on there or how things were there. I used to work with someone who's from the Ukraine, and I kind of wish I did still see her, because I would ask her about stuff like this, like see how things are, because only people who are from there are really going to know what it's really like. And the thing is, we can see things like, okay, well, we can see Russia's going there and they're doing this and they're doing that, but we don't see the full story. We're only seeing the story that you want to hear or that they want you to see and they want you to hear. And the thing is, there has been so many things that have been recently put on the news that have been debunked, and people have come through and said, that's not true. When they bombed what was it, that nuclear plant or some sort of plant or whatever.
Yeah, there was a nuclear facility.
Happen. It actually didn't happen. Yeah. Like, it's been completely debunked. They're like, that never happened. So the thing is, there's so many lies that are being put out there right now that you don't know what to believe.
Live feeds.
Yeah.
There are live feeds of this nuclear reactor being shot at. And then, that never happened.
Live.
That never happened. Yeah. Like, that's the crazy thing. If you think, so, like the news has lied over and over about wars that we have gotten into. About, you see all the wars that the States got into. Think of Vietnam. Think of the Bay of Pigs.
Yeah. There's
one example where the government full on fucking lied to you. The Cuban Missile Crisis. Operation Paperclip. There's so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Think Iraq, weapons of mass destruction. Think of that. But it's weird. They so hyper focus on this. They don't talk about the genocide that's currently happening in Yemen. They aren't talking about the occupation in Syria, where the U.S. is controlling 1/3 of the country. They're oil reserves and their wheat reserves
What about
or their
what's
wheat
going
farms.
on in China, the Uyghurs or whatever that they call them? Like all those
Well,
people who are being exterminated. Like it's just
well, yeah. So
it's absolutely insane. And I think what I seen something on a news thing today, and I can't remember what news thing it was, but it kind of infuriated me because right away it was, oh, okay, everyone's only making a big deal because it's Ukraine and Russian and there's just white people. This is the only reason that they're making a big deal about it. And it's like, well, no, there's other reasons why they're making a big deal about it because it's the biggest thing that's happened since World War II. Like it's the biggest the word
I don't agree with that. Conflict,
takeover conflict. I don't know.
invasion.
Threat. Oh,
There's there's been invasions for, like I just said.
I
There
think
is
it's
a genocide happening in Yemen right now. There is an occupation in Syria right now. They just got out of a 20-year occupation in Afghanistan.
I think it has to do more with like weaponry. So like the Russians with like the nuclear weapons and stuff like that. Like it's more of the biggest threat, I guess, that they've had since World War II, where there could be something absolutely massive that happens. And if Russia goes through the Ukraine and does take over the Ukraine, then they could take over, start going after one of the NATO things, and then everybody's involved. And it could be the start of World War III. So I think within that retrospect, that's what they mean is that's why there's such hyper focus on it because people are trying to, or this is like the biggest thing that's happened that could impact the world since World War II. Now, yes, there are lots of other horrible things that are going on in other countries and stuff like that, where lots of people are dying and stuff, but they're not as big threats to as the whole, if that makes any sense.
Well, no, I get that. And, the thing that I find funny, so they kicked Russia off the SWIFT payment system, booted them off. Well, what did you do there? It's not like Putin says, "Oh no, I have no more money. What am I going to do?" No, he just goes up to China and goes, "Hey, you want to be buddies?
Yeah, that's
We're
the
both getting
scary thing.
we're both getting screwed here." And so what happens? China gets a massive ally, which I've said before. Russia and China are ideological adversaries. So is India. All three, India and China their soldiers were throwing fucking rocks at each other. People were being beaten. It was soldiers.
Well, and those three
But you
countries
forced them.
themselves, Russia, China, and India, make up like 25% of the population. Just those
Yeah,
three
nearly
together,
3 million people.
which is super scary.
Or 3 billion, not 3 million, 3 billion people.
Yeah, and having
Okay,
even Russia and China come together, that's really scary.
well, and that's what's kind of happened here. Okay, but so anyways, all right, we're already going really fucking long here. Okay, but so
Celebrities.
what was that?
It's celebrities.
Yeah. Okay. So it just, seeing Jocko, he's saying, you have 48 hours to remove your troops from Ukraine and all this stuff. It's like, Jocko, baby, I love you, but this is bigger. Like, what's going on here is bigger than just conquest. When someone is driven by ideology, he experienced it himself. The people that are willing to die for a cause greater than themselves will fight to the death. If they truly believe it, they will fight till, every blade of grass, every ounce of sand, every mountain, they will fight for everything when it is something that is bigger than themselves.
Well, and as much as I really like Jocko, I mean, do you really think telling Putin, okay, you got 48 hours or whatever, do you really think he's going to listen to you? You're one person. You're literally one person. And even if you have some celebrities who are also saying that too, what the fuck? Like, you think he's gonna be like, who the fuck cares about these celebrities? Like, do you
Yeah.
think I care? I got nukes. Like, yeah,
Well,
a bunch of
exactly.
celebrities who sit there and go in front of a camera and, oh, look at me. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, I'm really scared. Like, I mean.
All right. Okay. So let's move on. Yeah, because we're already running late, so we might have to move the Florida bill thing. We might have to move that to Monday. But so, it's just kind of a funny thing. Everyone was talking. The whole imagine thing, like that's going to stop the war. But this is the definition of narcissism. You think doing the absolute minimum, changing your Twitter profile name or banner to blue and yellow. Good, cool. Oh, I'm making drinks. Cool. Oh, well, we're gonna ban the name Putin from a food.
So
Like,
dumb.
You're pandering, and you're like, I can't even say that's an act of support.
I'm sure you're really hitting Putin in the cockles right now. Yeah, he's really
Yeah.
hurting. Oh no, they're gonna change the Putin. No more Putin. Cheese fries. Oh, I'm so hurt.
Okay, all right. So let's get to this next one. So this one from Anna Lynn McCord. So we'll just play a little bit of it. Of course, it'll be everything linked will be in the description.
Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. If I was your mother, you would have been so loved, held in the arms of joyous light. Never would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night
All right,
sky.
that's about as much as I could stand to that.
The world would have been warm. So much laughter and joy, and nothing.
I'm sorry, I wasn't your mother. You're literally the age of his daughter or granddaughter. Like,
it's a poem. She's reading him a poem.
Still, poem or not, like, it just sounds ridiculous coming from a girl who's younger than I am.
Well, but that's not the point. It's a poem. She's trying to appeal to a softer side. Again, narcissists, people thinking that they have so much power and influence. This is bigger than that. I kind of like, if you look on Twitter, trending in Canada, Trudeau, national disgrace. Yep. But okay. Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to move this "Don't Say Gay" bill. We'll have to move that to Monday because we've already gone long enough as it is. So, but a little bit of a primer, has nothing to do with being gay.
You don't say.
I don't say.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, right, and I should have noticed. Of course, we're every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll be here with YouTube, Rumble, or Spotify. We'll be here somewhere. So, all right, I guess with that, let's get out of here.
All right, thank you everybody for watching, and if you're new here, subscribe. Have a great weekend, everybody, and try not to be so messed up like the people we talked about today. Okay, use your brain.
Or you're gonna get against the wall.
I'm going to spank your bum.
That.
Spank it. Anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.
Inbreeders.